Good Monday morning. I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber. In the next 10 minutes, we'll be taking a look at what's going on weather-wise this week. It looks like a pretty warm week. A little chance for rain. We'll see a couple of days where we'll see a few showers here and there, but that's about it. But most of the week, it looks like we'll see temperatures well above normal. Normally, we should be about 66 for this time of year. We're going to be seeing temperatures between, say, 75 to 79 as we go through this week. And then towards the weekend, we'll start to cool off a little bit with a cold front coming through. First, let's take a look at what's going on the rest of the day. And we had that fog this morning. Boy, it was thick. And now that's gone, and it's lifted up to just some partly cloudy skies. We're expecting temperatures in the middle 70s to maybe a few upper 70s for later on this afternoon, 76 to about 78. Then we'll fall back into the lower 70s as we head towards 6 o'clock this evening, and then lower 60s as we head towards 10 o'clock. So it should be a fairly nice afternoon if you have any outdoor activities you have planned. Won't have to worry about any problems out there. Like I said, it's going to be a nice warm day. Allergy report still looking pretty good. That's the one good thing about winter time is the allergies don't kick up too much. Medium on tree right now, and mold is on the low side, and we don't have to worry about weed or grass right now as far as the allergy report. So hopefully not too many people are sniffling and sneezing out there. As we take a look outside, let's go through some of our sky cams, and you can see these partly cloudy skies we have right here at our 12 News studio. This camera is sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. And yeah, seeing a little blue in between some of those cumulus clouds outside. We won't have any rain for today, and don't see much of a traffic problem out there right now. Looks like I-10 is going along smoothly right through past the 12 News studios here. A little bit more in the way of some blue skies as you head up into Jasper. Looking at the Jasper County Courthouse on our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network. This camera brought to you by Pervalis, and just a streak of high clouds there. That's about it. I'm sure if we took the camera and spun it around, we'd see a few more clouds than that, but not looking too bad up in towards the Jasper area. The fog was not as thick this morning up in the lakes area, so won't see as many clouds out there for this early afternoon. The fog kind of lifted up and became partly cloudy skies down here around the triangle. Not the case up towards Jasper, where had a little bit of patchy fog this morning, but nothing quite as thick as we saw down here in the triangle. Take down to Port Arthur. Once again, some partly cloudy skies, but plenty of blue sky as well. Lots of sunshine down there in the Port Arthur area for this morning. This camera brought to you by Market Basket as we look down the intercoastal. Not seeing any tugboats or ships or anything like that. Every once in a while we'll see a big ship go by, which is pretty cool. By the way, you can pull up any of these sky cams at 12newsnow.com. Go to the search bar and type in Skycam, and we have a page there, and you can just pull them up full screen if you want to, and you just kind of watch the clouds go by. I like to sometimes pull them up on the computer and watch some of the big ships go by during the morning or afternoon hours. As we head over towards the Horseman's Western Store in Orange, currently showing temperatures in the lower 70s there, 71, humidity at 79%, and a little bit of a west-southwesterly wind out there, anywhere between about 5 and 10 miles per hour. But partly cloudy skies over in Orange. Once again, though, you can definitely see a big chunk of blue there in the sky, and it looks like if you're traveling I-10 through the Orange area, things looking pretty smooth. Don't see any backup there. If you're heading over into Louisiana like those cars are, maybe a few folks coming back over into Texas, not looking bad through the Orange area. I think a lot of that construction in Orange, at least in this section here, is getting done, so some good news there. And then back to our 12 News studio camera. Let's take a look at temperatures right now. Temperatures generally in the 70s with the exception of Orange. Orange showing 69, but you saw on our camera we had 71. 71 right now in Beaumont, 71 in Port Arthur, about 74 in Silsbee, 73 in Woodville, 73 in Jasper, and we're currently showing about 72 in Kirbyville. Other places around the region like Huntsville's at 71, Conroe's at 72, Houston's at 73. DeQuincy, one of the cooler spots at 67 over there in southwest Louisiana. Lake Charles currently sitting at about 72. High pressure keeping us high and dry. Not a whole lot going on across southeast Texas. You can see maybe that little band of some thicker clouds across the triangle here. And then we have some moisture moving into parts of West Texas. You can see that stream of moisture coming up into places like Pecos, San Angelo, Midland, Odessa out there. They're seeing some cloud cover, while we're seeing a little bit more in the way of some sunshine there. Let's check around the rest of the country. You can definitely see that moisture once again coming off the Pacific across Mexico into parts of Texas. As we look through the Great Lakes, not seeing any type of lake effect snows or anything like that. Usually this time of year we might see a little bit, but right now it looks like pretty quiet from the Mississippi all the way off towards the East Coast. Really don't see any active weather here from Florida all the way up into New England. Looks pretty quiet there. Now you head out west, we do see some activity up into parts of Montana, Wyoming, some snow falling up there. Those little purple and pink boxes indicating some winter weather advisories there. And then it looks like the west coast might see a little bit of rain. It looks like up towards parts of Pacific Northwest, and some cloud cover over California, but looks like not too much in the way of any moisture there. Let's look at our futurecast. We'll take us up into the middle 70s for this afternoon. I think we'll be a little warmer than this by, say, about 3 or 4 degrees. So we're looking at 76, about 78 for later on this afternoon with partly cloudy skies. Heading into this evening, temperatures drop back into the 60s. We'll see partly cloudy skies through most of the evening, and then after we head towards say 10 o'clock or so, we'll start to see some fog develop once again across the area, and that should keep our temperatures hovering pretty close to 60 degrees for tonight. We'll see some upper 50s and lower 60s, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see another dense fog advisory be put in place as we head towards Tuesday morning. If that's the case, we'll have a weather impact alert for that, because that fog gets pretty thick in the morning, so we put out that alert just to let you know it's going to be one of those mornings where you need to get out the door early, kind of change your plans up a little bit, drive slow. Tomorrow afternoon, once the fog burns off, we'll see temperatures once again right back up there into the upper 70s, 77, 78, right around in that area. All right, let's take a look at our coastal marine forecast for today. Right now at Texas Point, south winds at 10 miles an hour, 14-mile-an-hour gust, and water temperature there into the lower 60s. Light chop on the inland lakes and bays today. No advisories out there. South winds at 5 to 10 knots. Seas only about a foot. Only one high tide today. That's at 1:05. Our sunrise was right at 7 o'clock on the nose this morning, and our sunset is going to be right at 6 o'clock on the nose for later on for this evening. So our forecast for today will go partly cloudy. Southwesterly winds between 5 and 10 through the afternoon, and there's that temperatures 76 to about 78 across the area. And then tonight, I've got a lot of 50s out there. We might see a little bit more in the way of some 60s, but right now we'll go, say, 57 to around 60, 61 for overnight lows across the area. Of course, the 60s will be closer towards the coast, and the 50s will be up towards the lakes area. Can't rule out some patchy dense fog all across the area tomorrow morning as winds remain fairly light south 5 to 10. They might get even a little less than that as we head into the morning and create some of that fog. Here's a look at our 7-day forecast, and as I mentioned at the beginning of this stream, very warm week, well above normal. Normal being about 66. We'll see temperatures up as high as 79, maybe 80 on a couple of days here, at least Thursday and Friday. That is possible. And then we'll see a small chance of rain on Wednesday. That's about 20%. And then we'll see a better coverage of rain on Saturday. Right now we're going to go about 50% chance with some scattered showers, maybe a few thunderstorms on Saturday as the front comes through. And you notice it will cool us down some for Sunday. High of about 70 on Sunday, maybe if we can get there, and then about 51 for a low in the morning. That means generally, if we're in the lower 50s here in the triangle, that means some upper 40s towards the lakes area. So a bit of a cooler, chilly start on Sunday. But all in all, 7-day forecast really does not look bad at all for outdoor plans, at least during the work week. Won't see much in the way of active weather, maybe a couple of those light showers on Wednesday. That is about it. We'll take a look at more of your forecasts as we head towards tomorrow. Patrick Vaughn will be here tonight at 6:30 to 6:45 doing a stream just like this one, give you updated on the weather. Also, if you have any questions, we have a phone number that you can text us at 409-749-9302. Won't answer the phone. The phone's not set up to answer questions that way, but you can definitely text us, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. We look at the phone throughout the day. If we catch any questions there in our text messages, we'll try to get back to you as quick as we can. But overall, looking pretty quiet. Hopefully you wouldn't have too many messages as we go through